Now, as we are just seconds away from the 10 o'clock number hitting, we are choosing to go live to give you live and updated coverage as much as we can. As you can see behind me, students have been cheering, saying that it's almost time for the police to take action. Now, if you're just now joining us, it has hit 10 o'clock, which means that the students are now not necessarily supposed to be on the NAU campus protesting in this fashion. We're just waiting a little bit to see what action is going to be taken, if any, by the NAU police and the Flagstaff police, as well as the Arizona State Troopers, as you can see in front of me. Now, as you can see, there is a large student presence here, kind of surrounding the entire grassy area, as I mentioned earlier. Some students getting impatient that no action is being taken, but almost taking this as a joke. The current chant is "Free, Free Palestine," but before we were hearing signs of people saying the pigs should be going home, as well as no justice, no peace, and asking the troopers why they're in riot gear when there isn't necessarily a riot happening.
Where's the parking garage?
Yeah, my car's over there. As you can see, the police are armed and ready. There are students waiting on top of that balcony to see what action is going to be taken as well. Now, these umbrellas are relatively new. These came up as soon as the clock hit 10 o'clock. Unsure why, and we aren't really given any clarification yet. As you can see, a little bit state troopers ready for anything, staying a little bit of a distance from the actual encampment itself, but really no movement has been made since about 10 or 9:45, excuse me. Now, we're unsure at this time where the floodlight did come from, but it has been here since about, reports are saying, since the sun went down. Earlier today at about 7 p.m., the buses did stop their normal routes, taking a detour around this area. And, excuse me.
Hey, just be careful you guys don't get lumped into the crowd since you're press.
Okay.
You know.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
The other side.
Oh.
Yeah. So far, no movement yet, but we're unsure what's going to happen at what time, so we're just going to stay live and see what we can do from here. Now, the NAU Police Department is restating their original statement, telling the students that they are not supposed to be on the campus at this time, letting the students know that if they continue to stay here, they will be arrested. They are asking students to exit the area towards the student union in the southwest direction. Excuse me, northwest. Now, she has warned them they do have 5 minutes to leave the area as of now, and you can see a few students actually backing off to leave. They may be re-giving the statement over here, as you can see.
This is the NAU Police Department. Your activities and temporary structures are no longer allowed past the standard operating time of 10 p.m. You are now ordered to disperse, which means you need to leave the area now. This includes onlookers as well. That is everyone here as well. If you do not leave, you will be arrested or subject to other police action. If you remain in the area, regardless of your purpose, you will be in violation of the law. Leave this area by going south on Beaver. You have 5 minutes to leave the area.
Now they are giving students, onlookers, and anyone that is in this area 5 minutes to leave the area, or they will be facing police pushback.
Hang out with them. They know what they're doing.
Any press pass?
Yeah, I don't have one. What do we do now?
Hey, so I'm not actually. Make sure they're out.
Just walking on through. Every time I walk up there, I hold my pass out like some fucking idea.
Now for the third time they are giving the announcement that they have 5 minutes to leave the premises. Now as the press, I personally am unsure what is going to happen next and if I should be leaving the area or not, so I will keep you guys updated as we make those decisions. They now have 3 minutes to leave the area before they are met with police pushback and some sort of reprimand.
The worst part is that all get stuck in your hair. You stop burning. Stuck in your hair.
Now, from my personal perspective, all of us press are kind of hanging out in the same area together, kind of banding together to make sure we are all looking after each other, which is probably one of my favorite parts about this job because we are all really looking out for each other, especially in dangerous situations such as this, or potentially situations. Some people did, hi Ava, yes, some people did leave as soon as that announcement was made, a little bit intimidated by what the police were saying, but there is a giant group back here if you can't see. They're all kind of hanging out a little bit past the streets, maybe to see if that is far enough to avoid that recommendation from the police. Now, the police have been in the area for not a very long time. I got here at around 9:30, and they showed up at about 9:40-ish with a large group kind of marching in a row down the street here. But since then, no other police have shown up. When we did approach here, we only saw a handful of police in the area, not necessarily as many as we're seeing right now. But as you can see, the barricade over there has expanded past the grate that they have set up, and they have had set up since about 9 a.m. this morning. Now, as you can see here, we do have a police trooper adjusting his elbow pads for the next few minutes because we do have 1 minute until something is supposed to happen. Apologies if the speed does cut though, because again, I'm really unsure with what is going to happen following the next few minutes. Now, this kind of encampment and protest has been popping up around the country, most notably with the USC cancellation of valedictorian speech being canceled, then eventually the entire graduation being canceled. There are a few protests happening across the nation as well, but this is the first time NAU has hosted an encampment like this. The people in the encampment are planning to have a press release tomorrow, which I'm hoping to make if they are still present on this location, and I will bring you guys that information as I get it. Now we have hit that 10:10 mark, and really nothing has been happening. There's a little bit of a conversation happening over there with a group of police officers, but so far no actions have been taken. Now, while the police were warning people to leave or they will face police action, there is a group still waiting over there. Not sure how many green bands are left, yellow or red bands. I'm sure the red bands are still here, as they are the ones who are willing to be arrested for this movement. They do have phone numbers written on their arms, just in case they will get arrested, so they have some numbers memorized to call. The students are now chanting, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." This is a common protest chant that we have been seeing throughout the night. Now, while the police were asking students to leave towards the University Union, it does seem to be blocked by that group of students, right as you can see here. So I'm not sure how they are anticipating that to go. We do have a media stage. Charlie. We have a media staging area that we're being moved to at this moment. Unsure if any action is going to happen. Now the press are all being put into a certain area. And I will try to... We have been designated to this location. We have just been moved to the other side of this grass encampment, and you can see a lot of the students are outside of the chicken wire that they've had posted since 9 a.m. this morning.
Top of the mall.
As you can see, we also have an RV here that came in with the large police force that I posted on our story a little bit ago. Now, I'm unsure if you guys can hear, but somebody has broken out a drum on the Palestine side in order to drum up support, I guess. Excuse the pun. Also, apologies if my voice gets a little shaky sometimes. This is my first time covering a protest to this degree. They're beginning to move. Now, if you can see over there, they are giving that announcement to students who are waiting by the bookstore once again that they will face police action if they do not leave the premises. Now, as you can see, residents of oh, excuse me.
Activities are no longer allowed past standard operating time of 10 p.m. We are past 10 p.m. You are now first. You need to leave this area now. If you do not leave, you will be arrested or subject to other police action. If you remain in the area regardless of your purpose, you will be in violation of the law. You need to leave this area by exiting directly west or northwest up the head path. This is in order to leave immediately.
Now, by my count, that was about the fourth or fifth time that I have heard that announcement, and we do have people in the crowd yelling obscenities at the police who are making this announcement. I do only have 4% left on my phone, so we're hoping. Now, the chant from earlier has been coming back. People yelling, "Pigs go home," at the police making this announcement once again. We do have a discrepancy going on with a man.
Yes, Northwest. My God. Who are you, by the way? Who do you work
Now, that was one of the individuals who was yelling back at the police, screaming profanities. Now we're back, and the police have gotten a little bit closer. People in the protest are yelling at each other to stand up and fight back. Do you have a lumberjack login? Yep. Are you on the Instagram? Yep. In just a few minutes here, I might be asking you guys to go onto the lumberjack and the NAU lumberjack live stream, as my phone is about to die and I really want to get this covered. So please go over to the NAU lumberjack.
How do I go wrong? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The NAU Lumberjack has gone live now. I will continue my reporting from there, but for now, I will be on this feed. We do have a dual feed going on just to make sure that we are getting you guys. Thank you, Ava, for putting that tag in the chat. Everyone, please go there and make sure you are staying up to date with this current situation. Everyone who is in this area, please stay safe, as there is something happening here. There has been an increase in police force. All right, you guys, I'm going to say this one more time before I have to turn this live off. Please go to @the NAU Lumberjack for more coverage.